Hey guys, Neil with Aviator Q. Welcome back to another episode. On today's video, we're going to be making a grilled stuffed burger or inside-out burger, however you call it. We're going to make take a hamburger and we're going to basically hollow it out with a new gadget that I found, and we're going to stuff it with some pimento and cheese, seal it up, and grill it on the grill. So sit back, relax, and welcome aboard. So the stuffed burger, or the inside-out burger, as you will. I'd never really had one up until I got to college. When I got to college, guys, I had a roommate. He must have made, if he made one of them, he made a million of them. And it was his favorite burger. He probably had them 3 or 5 times days a week. So we're going to dedicate this one to Bill. He knows who he is. With all that being said, let me show you the gadget. We're going to get these burgers built up and out on the grill. So this is the grill, the hamburger stuffer from Stuffed Grill. It comes in basically a plate that's going to hold the bottom of the hamburger. You got something like that. That's this little indentation. You're going to come in. You're going to make a spot for the stuff in the inside, and then you'll come through, attach this. It kind of clicks in and turns. Then you'll seal it off. Kind of pinch it all together. I'll show you how that works with the real hamburger here in a second. Alright, so this is just some ground beef. This is part of the beef that we got with the half a cow. If you haven't watched that video, I'll tag a link to it. You guys can check it out. It's from TitanCattle, is the beef supplier. So what we're going to start with, about a good 6 to 8 ounce, just kind of glob of meat. I'm going to form it into just a kind of a loose patty. Once we have the patty formed, we're going to just kind of lightly hit it with some cooking spray. If there's any left. There we go. Just a little bit of cooking spray in there, and that's just to kind of help keep the hamburger from sticking. I use this with some leaner hamburger, and it kind of stuck. This is 80-20. We'll kind of see how it does. We're going to take the smaller portion. And I'm going to try to line it up about halfway, kind of right square middle, and I'm going to try to get that hamburger centered, and I'm just going to press down until it stops. Give it a little turn. Now when you bring it off, this is kind of, have to be a little delicate. You got to kind of help it wiggle it a little bit, try to get it to not stick. And when you do, when it comes out, you've got this kind of preformed cavity with a ridge right there. We're going to take that preformed cavity and we're going to fill it up with whatever the ingredients. Today we're going to use pimento and cheese. So see how right here I didn't get quite enough on the edge. So I'm going to add that to it and kind of form it. Alright, next for the topper, you're going to want to take about a 2 to 3 ounce patty, and you're going to want to pat it out, and you got to get it nice and thin, but thick enough that it's not going to crack. So maybe I'll add a little bit to it here, and I just want to press that out a little bit bigger than that outside diameter. For us. So yeah, that looks like it'll be just about right. Alright, next we're going to take pimento and cheese. And I'm just going to kind of spoon it in. Might take my gloved hand and kind of form it a little bit, since the pimento and cheese is a little hard to maneuver. But you just want to go that where it formed that ridge. That's about as high as you want to go. So something like that. Okay. Next, just front and center. How we had that little bit of hangover there. Let me come a little bit tighter in on this so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing here. Alright, so we're going to take that lip, we're going to fold it over a little bit. Then we're going to come in with the real thin. Let me move the camera just a touch too. Oh, other direction. We're going to lay that right on top. You can kind of finger form it here. Try to get it to go inside the mold. Next, we're going to take the big piece. Pull you back out so you can kind of. So intricate. I'm going to stick this in, wash it. Now I've got the big piece. The big piece will go on top. You want to just kind of center it right there. Add some pressure. Kind of make it, you can use your finger to kind of push around it as you're pushing down. And then I'm just going to clean it up, push the rest of it on top. Alright, once that's compacted, I'm just going to flip it over. Kind of pull it up. You may have to use a knife to kind of help separate this boundary layer. And there we go. One perfectly formed stuffed patty. Now it's a big thick burger here. You've got about a 1/4 of an inch on the bottom of solid beef, then that cavity, and then top. So I'm cooking on the bottom side a little bit longer. But at this point, if you wanted to throw a little bit of seasoning on top, if you see any cheese or filling, whatever you use sticking out, now's the time you can kind of pinch it. Try to get to close up, but that's pretty much the process. So that's kind of the basics of getting that stuffed burger out there. I'm going to make a couple more off camera, then we're going to take them out to the grill and start grilling them up. Alright, so we're outside, the grill's up to temperature. I've got the grill set up in a 2-zone grill. I've got a little bit of cherry wood chips on the fire side, on the hot side. Just add a little smoke element. I'm going to cook these burgers on a medium-high heat. I don't want to really just fire them right over the top of the coals. I kind of want to give that pimento cheese a chance to kind of melt, heat up and melt a little bit before the burger gets all the way cooked up. So let's get them on the grill. Alright guys, so if you notice I do have 2 regular burgers on here. It's been about 6 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and flip those. I'm going to leave the big stuffed burgers unflipped though. I want to give them just a little bit more time to heat up. Alright, just when they've been on about, they started getting a nice color all the way through even the top, I went ahead and flipped them over directly on top. This is actually, the top is on the grill now. So there's the bottom. You can kind of see they're starting to balloon up a little bit. You can see right there, that's the where I folded it. So I'm going to let the bottom cook a little bit more on the high heat. I'm playing around with some barbecue sauce over here. I just got 2 regular patties over there. That's kind of what's been going on. Alright, so we just pulled the burgers off the grill. These were the 2 burgers that I just made. That's kind of a normal patty. Probably about a 1/4 pound. Started out at a 1/4 pound each. So you can see the significant size increase. Like I said, we probably said 6 to 8 ounces for the bottom section. 2 ounces-ish, 2 to 3 ounces for the top. So we're talking, well, right at a 1/2 pound burger to a little bit more. This is just raw hamburger cooked, or not raw, but this is just plain hamburger cooked. I put some sauce on the Courtney's. Kind of the same rules as cooking hamburger supply. Cook it till kind of the grease turns clear. And we're just going to let them rest. We're waiting on the fries to finish up, and we're going to plate them up and eat. Alright, so we've got this thing built. Mayonnaise, mustard, tomato, a little bit of A1. Just a massive burger on there. I'm going to try to cut it down with one. Oh yes. Yes, all that cheese in there. You can kind of see the pocket it made. One good looking burger. So we just finished supper. That was one heck of a good burger. It was super messy. Definitely don't make that for a first time date. I ended up eating mine with a fork and knife. But just a quick recap. We used the Stuffed Grill Burger Stuffer. I think it's stuffedgrill.com. I actually came across it on Facebook. It was one of those paid advertisements. I saw it and I looked interested, so I clicked on it. It's pretty much the sky's the limit. You guys can stuff this thing with anything you can imagine. I'm going to be playing around with it some more with different stuffings in some future videos, but overall pretty easy to do. Guys, if you haven't already liked and subscribed, definitely do that. Want to make sure you catch all the content that's coming out here at Aviator Q. If you guys have any questions, drop me a line. Visit us on social media, and all that stuff's going to be in the description below. And we'll see you next time here on the next video at Aviator Q. See ya.